dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Pari grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare.
All right, coming right at you, the soccer ball. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report. Alongside me, Vito Canena. Vito's back. The other side of the glass, we got Brian, and we got Kenny. Thanks to them. Without them, as always, we don't have a show.
100%.
Right, so we got a lot to cover as usual. There's, soccer's all year round, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not in this country, professional, right? But it's definitely, there's definitely a lot of things going on. I think we're going to start off with.
Did you want to mention about cancer awareness?
Yep,
month?
definitely. As you could see, we're supporting that breast cancer awareness this month, right? We're doing a lot, supporting that on the page.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of that stuff.
I just want to dedicate the show to two people that passed away on my block, Benny Catalano and Bart Jove. I just, community means a lot, so I want to dedicate this show to them, John.
Okay, so that being said, Vito, how's everything going?
Yeah, not bad. There's a lot going on in the soccer world. You told me
Whoa,
last
what about
show.
real estate world? What's going on with the real estate?
There's a lot going on in the real estate
like the
world.
last show, we started with the real estate.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the real estate world as well.
It's a good time to buy?
Oh, it's a great time.
It's always a good time.
It's a great time. I was at a seminar today for Russian buys and Russian sells. It was very good. So, there's quite a bit going on in real estate.
All right. So, your face is all over the island here, right? You got that magnet going all over.
Yep.
You got your pictures everywhere,
I'm
right?
trying, even with the show. The
So-
more exposure, the better.
All right. Let's get down to business.
Sure.
Let's definitely, a couple of shout-outs. The Staten Island Soccer Club, tremendous, right? A tremendous club on the island. I will give them a shout-out.
Got the Mola Club.
We got the Mola Club. Again, anything to do with soccer. We got a video clip that we're going to show in a few minutes. All right.
I did my homework on PSAL. You told me last show, make sure you get the stats.
Yeah, we want to talk about, again, we can only discuss about, the stuff that we know of. We dug up some stuff. I know you went
John, this show's going to be so exciting that you're going to have the audience on the edge of their seat tonight. That's how
listen, there's a lot of soccer going on. You got the youth side, you got rec, you got travel, and like we just mentioned, the Staten Island Soccer Club. So there's soccer going on all over the place. You have some scores and some standings over there that you want to mention?
Yeah,
go through.
With the boys varsity, Staten Island McKee, 9 victories, 2 losses, 2 draws, 29 points. Then you have Susan Wagner, 9 victories, 2 losses, 2 ties, identical points. Curtis High School has got 9 victories, 4 losses, no draws, 27 points. Tonville High School, my alma mater, 8 victories, 2 losses, 3 draws at 27 points. Newdorp, 7 victories, 5 losses, 1 tie at 22 points. Port Richmond, the Red Raiders, 4 victories, 9 losses, no draws, 12 points.
Right.
Patrides, 2 victories, 11 losses, 0 ties, 6 points. CSIH McGowan, 0 victories, 13 losses. That's for the boys varsity. Then we go to the girls varsity. Susan Wagner, 12 victories. They got no losses and no ties. Tonville High School, identical, 12 victories. Actually, no, they do have 1 loss.
Right,
and they have a tie. They have no ties.
Let me just interrupt one second. They play each other, I believe.
Okay.
It's coming up any day
Let me
now.
tell you, Tonville back in the day, especially on the girls' side, was Titletown. I remember with Kristen Catalano, with Deanna Sacchini, with Rachel Cohen, and Rabbi Tala. They had some teams. They were always pretty dominant. Tonville is known for doing very well in the soccer.
Well, here it is right here. Wagner Tonville. They play each other tomorrow, 4:30.
Okay.
And it looks like that game is being played at Wagner, Wagner's home field. So they're tied in points, you mentioned?
They are tied in points. Then we got Curtis right behind them with 24. Curtis has got 8 victories, 5 losses, no draws. Patrides, 6 victories, 6 losses, 18 points. McKee, 6 victories, 7 losses, no ties at 18 points. Newdorp, 4 victories, 8 losses, 1 tie, 13 points. Port Richmond, 1 victory, 11 losses, 1 tie, 4 points. CSIH McGowan, 1 victory, 12 losses, 0 ties, and 3 points. And then we got the statistics
Yes.
also to
Yep.
mention.
The goals, right?
Yep, David Wozniak of Susan Wagner High School, 14 games, 12 goals. Thomas Mazza of Tonville High School, 13 games, 13 goals, a goal a game. Jesse Gomez, 11 games, 12 goals. David Garwin, both from Curtis, 10 appearances, 12 goals. Then we got Patrick Majak of Susan Wagner. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the last names. 9 games, 12 goals. Ryan Dalton, junior of Tonville, 9 games, 13 goals. Russell Kushkin, sophomore at McKee, Staten Island Tech, 8 appearances, 13 goals. Mark Mayer, junior of Susan Wagner, 7 appearances, 12 goals. Frank Colella of Tonville High School, junior, 7 games, 13 goals. Jonathan Boldaris, senior, New Dorp, 6 appearances, 10 goals. Samid Akani, junior of Susan Wagner, 6 appearances, 7 goals. Joshua Gach, sophomore at Tonville, 6 appearances, 13 goals. Ernesto Rivera, senior, Port Richmond, 6 games, 13 goals. Lazaro Zasayas, Petrides, junior, 6 games, 13 goals. Efren Perdomo Mahaya, junior, Port Richmond, 5 appearances, 13 goals. Ricardo Villegas, sophomore, Port Richmond, 4 appearances, 11 goals.
Right.
Jesus Norabuena, junior, Port Richmond, 4 appearances, 12 goals. Marlon Mutate of Susan Wagner, senior, 4 appearances and 12 goals. And then we have Naeem Nassimi, sophomore, Petrides, 4 appearances, 12 goals. Anthony Kachalev of Curtis, sophomore,
Yeah.
4 appearances and 12 goals. So that's the situation with the boys'
That's on the
side.
boys. You got the girls'
We
side too?
I do have that.
Let's hear it. Let's do
The
the girls.
girls, we have
Why not?
assist. Let me see where the goals are. Okay, let's go to goals. I have the
Yeah,
assist
just the
also.
goals are fine.
The
That's
goals,
fine.
we have Curtis Cassidy Banks, 27 goals. Then we have Lauren Perschetti, a junior of Susan Wagner, 21 goals.
Wow.
We have Isabella Espada of Tonville, 14 goals. Alexandra Labarca of McKee Staten Island Tech, 14 goals. Emily Schuler of Tonville, 14 goals. Ayana Nelson, Petrides, 13 goals. Lisbeth Lopez, Curtis, 13 goals. Sasha Weissman, Udorp, 11 goals. Hannah Majat, 9 goals. Susan Wagner. Hanan Rutens Rock, 9 goals from Curtis. We also have Josephine Swaza, Petrides, 8 goals. We have Kayla Mendez, Wagner, 8 goals. Gabriel Ryan, 8 goals. Vanessa Garcia, 7 goals. We have Jessica Prentice, 7 goals. Claudia Vera, Tonville, 6 goals. Elizabeth Villani, 6 goals of Tonville. Emily Book of Susan Wagner, 6 goals. Macy Jones Bush, 6 goals, junior of Tonville. Molly Fryer Curtis, 6 goals. That's for the girls varsity. I do have the assist if you want.
That's fine. No,
Okay.
I think you did great with that. I
Okay.
mean,
Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you very much.
that's a wrap-up of pretty much high school, right?
Yeah.
What's going on Staten Island.
Correct.
On the public school side, we don't have
Correct.
the Catholic, right?
I do have the schedule that today there was games.
Okay.
Petrides at McKee at 4:30. Port Richmond versus New Dorp was postponed.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, rain maybe?
Supposed to be today. There's
Oh,
a reason
today.
why it's postponed.
Okay.
October 21st, CSI McGowan versus Tonville was today at 4:30, and Curtis
Right.
at Curtis versus Susan Wagner at 6 p.m.
That's the boys' side.
Yeah,
A
correct.
tremendous game tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Wagner and Tonville on the
Mhm.
girls' side. Looks like they're tied, right? They're tied for first.
Yeah.
So that's a tremendous game there tomorrow night. I think that'll wrap up,
Okay.
right? The high school side of things, we don't have any other info
No.
other than, again, giving shout outs to the Staten Island Soccer Club.
Mhm.
You want to
Bernie
mention,
Cooper, my former coach, is
you want to
watching.
mention the Mola Club? Anything you want to say on that?
Well, the Mola Club is very active, when there's big games. They had a picnic recently. It was the Juventus-Inter game, and they
Mhm.
had a picnic going on in the parking lot.
Okay.
So they get involved, very
Alright.
much.
Okay, so moving on. You want to go international? We could.
Yeah.
All right. Brian is saying we got a caller on the line.
Okay.
Let's see what we
Hey,
got.
Johnny.
Hey, that's Vincenzo, the famous Vincenzo.
I don't know about famous.
We say the same thing every show. But Vincenzo, let me tell you, you are famous, all right? The Hall of Fame in St. Francis College. So, again, how you doing, Vincenzo?
Okay, Johnny. You know, we missed the Serie A last week, but
Yeah.
this week we got it. So
Yeah.
welcome back to Serie A.
And I like, ciao Vincenzo, I like that Vincenzo noticed me in the Americogi. He noticed my advertisement.
Yeah.
I have a 3-bedroom, and he noticed my name, and
Nice.
he he liked that. That was good.
Well, Vito, remember, people that you know, people that appreciate, and I'm proud that you keep the Italian tradition, America oggi.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so Vincenzo, since we have you on the line here, let's give us any updates. What's going on with? Let's start with the national team this time instead of Serie A. Let's start with the
Absolutely.
national team, and give us your take.
Well, John, I know there was a game yesterday with the Red Bulls. They were playing the playoff. I don't know if you heard of the score.
Are you talking about the Italian team?
Yeah, Vincenzo, let's start off with the Italian national
Yeah,
team.
I mean,
Oh, the Italian
yeah,
national team, Johnny.
yeah.
They already
Qualified.
qualified.
Yeah.
Now they're playing Liechtenstein,
Yeah.
Armenia. I mean, you don't want to lose concentration, but I noticed the Mancini against Liechtenstein, he had almost completed turnover,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
which
mean,
is good.
you know,
So you get
Vincenzo,
everybody involved.
it's good that Italy qualified with 3 games to spare, the first time in their history. It wasn't a difficult group, but it wasn't an easy group. But you know what? It doesn't mean anything if you don't do anything in the Euro Cup, as far as I'm concerned.
That's the next phase. And now you
The Euro Cup is, I know Mancini wants to get 30 points. He wants undefeated. He could probably get it the next 2 victories, the last 2 games. But you know what? To Mancini to earn his respect, I think it's winning the Euro Cup could really earn respect. And that will not be an easy task. That will not be easy. They haven't won that since 1968.
But I noticed he's utilizing a lot of young players,
Yeah.
which is good because you need to get experience by especially those games. And I like the upcoming future stars because you can see that, unfortunately, one of my favorite players, Sensi from Inter,
It's
he
hurt.
got hurt a couple
Yeah.
of weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I hope he'll be back.
Yeah.
But you could feel that when Sensi is playing with Inter, the team changes completely.
Sure.
He's a good midfielder. He helps the forward, comes back on defense. It's like people that's the type of soccer I want to see. That you play for the team, not for yourself. Yeah, you play a little bit for yourself, but overall, you're a teamwork.
Definitely the youth has been added. John and Vincenzo Grifo, Sandro Tonelli, he's only 19 years old. They're saying he's a great future star in the midfield. There's signs that they're saying that he will be the next Pirlo. It's too early to tell. He's with Brescia. Pirlo made that route. He started, he was with Brescia as well. But the talent is there. The youth is there. And, if you want to win a World Cup, I was having a conversation with a friend today, Aldo. He said, it comes down to if they want to win, they need seasoned youth. You cannot, mix it up with, when they won in 2006, it was domestically. Everybody played in Serie A when they won the World Cup. You have to, play together, and they have to know each other. It's very important.
Oh yeah, that's what these games are for now. They got the last 2 games. But look, it's a young man's game. Number one, right? Of course, you want to have a guy back there like maybe Bonucci, right, to help them out. I don't know if Chiellini. I think he might be done with the national
Who
team.
knows? Who knows with that injury?
Right.
Anything-
I think John Chiellini.
He may.
Maybe this if he will have the recovery session, probably the last.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I said. Bonucci may be a great fit, to keep everybody, all the young guys in line, going forward for next year. And let's see what happens in the European. Look, they qualified, so that's a big step.
Yeah.
All right.
The only thing John is missing, I noticed a strong, strong, strong forward.
Yeah. Well,
Somebody like Lukaku, somebody. And the Petagna, I know Vita likes to play Petagna from Sparta. He reminds me of Lukaku. Strong in the area, very
got
hard
3
to
goals.
put him down. It's heavy, heavy like Giorgio Chinaglia used to be in the area. You can feel his presence.
yeah, but they're not really known for, right? They don't have that scoring.
No,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
they've
saying.
never had that.
Because we have the defense, we got the midfield.
Right.
Now we need somebody.
Yeah.
You're talking about steady.
That's why it's so important that Balotelli.
No,
If
forget
he
about him.
could, what he got re-injured now with the knee, but he looked like he was finding himself.
Well, look, in 8 games in qualifying, right, they've only given up 3 goals. So,
Strong defense. And
right, so they're back to, defending, and that's what they're made of. That's what they're known
that's
for.
the Italian catenaccio in the old days, in
Right.
the 60s.
Right, right.
So everybody, tutto in difesa.
Regardless of the opponent, and listen, you have to play who's on your schedule. You can't pick and choose who you want to play. That's a schedule, and you got to go and you win those games.
And their first 3 games, fellas, is going to be in Rome. June 12th is the opening game of the Euro Cup, and the final is going to be in London, but the first 3 games are going to be in Rome. So Italy's got an advantage in the first round that they're going to be home for those 3 games. We'll see how ready they'll be, as we get closer and closer.
I think they're fine. I mean, I'll make a prediction right now. Definitely getting out of the group stage. Maybe, let's go quarterfinal, semifinal.
That would be,
And
that's not
it's-
a bad tournament. We'll see.
I mean, that's my prediction right now. At least, at least
Johnny,
quarterfinal.
You have to wait, when the time comes, because sometimes you accent a key player gets injured.
Right.
I mean, right now you wanna have the first team, nobody with injury, nobody with any kind of pain, and then But right now it's a situation call because the day before the game, somebody gets hurt.
That's the most
Like
important
Chiellini,
thing.
he got hurt on the same day of the game.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
see if he recovers in time. Maybe he might do one more tournament. Maybe the Euro tournament might be it for him. We'll see.
We'll see.
But Domenico Berardi continues to score goals this year. He's got 6 goals. He's the second leading scorer behind Ciro Immobile. If he continues like this, there's no doubt that he's going to catch the eye of Mancini to get on.
All right, let's
back on the
let's
team.
go on to Serie A since we're talking about Italy for a couple minutes because we're only 8 games in and we really can't. I mean, look, it's Juventus on top again. Nothing new there.
Yeah.
All right, we spoke about Inter trying to maybe give them a little run for their money, but I don't know about that. They lost a couple of games here. They lost right to Juve, and then they lost in the Champions, right?
Yeah.
Back-to-back games they lost. So,
Well, you know what the problem is, John? Alexei Sanchez, he was
Listen.
doing so well, and now he's out for 3 months. He didn't play against Juventus.
it's the next man up. Next man up. Vincenzo, what's your take on Serie A?
Johnny, Juventus, for the last 8 years, they were the dominant factor.
Yep.
So this year, still a little, but Inter will give a bigger fight than Napoli the last couple of years, because Inter with Conte, I think, is one of the top coaches in Europe. The team that most of the players from Inter, he wanted those players on the team. Other team like Gianpaolo from Milan, you go there, you don't know what you're getting. If you ask for somebody, as well, we have to. So in other words, Conte was able to make up his team. So therefore, I see Conte almost neck to neck, but you went still because they have a longer bench. You went to have 3 teams over there.
Yeah. And I mean, Vincenzo, did you think that AC Milan would struggle like this? Because, even though they make the coaching switch, it looks like it's the same story. They need a lot more than the coach right
It's got
now.
nothing to do with the coach. With Milan, it's got to do with players. So
And it's not like they didn't get anybody. They made moves, just that the chemistry's not there. You watch them; it looks like something's missing. They're not playing.
Well, look,
good.
again, we're only 8 games in, all right? They could turn things, they have time to turn it around, but it's still too early to tell about everybody else in Serie A. We know the top 2 already,
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, what I noticed,
maybe top 3.
Fiorentina,
Yeah.
and Cagliari.
Yeah.
Whoever plays them,
Yeah.
you're gonna struggle with them.
Fiorentina number 9 right now,
Yeah,
sitting at
yeah.
number 9. But yeah,
So,
okay.
Fiorentina, Johnny, I don't know, you know the owner, Rocco,
Yes.
the American guy
Yeah, the
from Brooklyn. If you notice, Castrovilli, some other young players,
Castrovilli came
they,
up from the
they
body
give
youth.
him an extension of the contract.
Well, Fiorentina is definitely up and coming, but again, a long way to go if they're going to win the Scudetto. A long way to go.
No, they're not. They're not.
Long way.
Not
Up
even in
and-
the
making
contention. Not even in
Europa,
the question.
Right.
status. They want to go for the champion division, the
Well,
top 4. But they right now.
That's even
first
tough.
year,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they're gonna be up there between Europa and UEFA.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like on the borderline.
Yeah.
Look at Atalanta. This team, they're trying to do one step further than what they did last year. Last year they got 4th place. They're trying to hold their own in 3rd.
Well, they blew a 3-0 lead. See, if
Yeah.
you're going to be a great team, you cannot lead 3-0 against Lazio, then give it up.
That was
you
shame.
can't-
Atalanta,
You can't do that. That was Saturday, I
Yeah,
believe.
in Rome. Yeah, they had.
You can't do that. So,
But you know what? Atalanta's still a force to be reckoned with. There was a banner in the crowd, Gasperini forever. I mean, he's some coach.
Yeah.
I could see him coaching the national team one day. He just does
Oh,
wonders.
Gasperini,
Every time
Vito,
he did great things
if
with
you have
Genoa.
to watch a coach practice, you want to learn something.
Yeah.
Gasperini, Sarri, and Gianpaolo.
Yeah.
Go watch, sneak in the practice session. You'll learn a lot. Other coaches, the routine procedure, kick the ball, pass the ball. But these guys, they have a closed door. They don't want nobody to watch their practice.
You want to know something about Stefano Pioli? Who knows if he's even the answer for Milan? Because last year, on the last game, he had to save Fiorentina. He had a tough time. I'm not saying that Pioli's not a bad coach because he's had some good runs with some teams. But I mean, Milan is in such financial problems that this is, they can't
Well, look,
get.
it's got nothing to do with the
they can't
players
get-
on the
they
field.
can't get
Forget the
like-
financial side of it. They got to play games. And look, if Milan wins a couple of games, they're right back in.
There's your if.
Yeah, and that's
if.
it. Well, everything is an if, right? Everything is if. So they're sitting with 10 points. A couple of games, they have 16, and they're right back
Well,
in the mix.
John, in order
So-
for them to do that, they have to make moves in the winter transfer window.
Yeah.
There's talks of Mario Mandzukic. They just got Bertolacci, who was playing against Lecce.
Listen, I won't count Milan out. Milan's not
It's
out.
early. There's a lot
There's
more
too
to
many.
go.
That's why I don't want to waste too much time on it because
But
there's so much soccer
You know what,
to
John?
go.
Milan has been in Serie B.
Yeah.
Inter has never been in Serie B in their history.
L'unica squadra italiana
team.
mai in
The
Serie
only
B, John,
Cou-
l'Inter.
A couple of wins and Milan is back in the top 10.
John, you sound like you're a Milan fan.
No, not really. But they belong on top. They belong in the top 4, I believe. Milan, right? Inter, Juve, Napoli. Those teams are always up there. So to see Milan drop down to number 12 right now, it's not the same. But again, a couple of wins by Milan, and they're back in there. And nobody's saying anything about them
John,
anymore.
you know what I think? If Lecce, Vito's favorite team, Lecce.
Right now, they're the
was
closest
from
to
Puglia,
body we have. Yeah.
If they play all the games away, they're going to win the
They'll
championship.
win. Yeah, they'll win them all. They
They've
can't
been
win.
in
Home,
such
they
a
lose
good
all the
road team.
games,
Can't win at
going
home.
Away,
Yeah, they've been a
they
good
got all
road
the
team.
points
Very
away games.
scrappy road
And
team.
I,
good.
I'll tell you another team, since we're talking City A. I'd like to see Bologna do well, too.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them too, but they might have problems signing
And
players.
I don't know if you saw the Cagliari game, the goal from Uncle Dan from they used to play with Roma.
Oh,
Then
Nainggolan.
Inter.
Yeah.
Wow, that's one of the maybe one of the best goals for this year.
And there's the reason why John and Vincenzo, I like Belgium to win the Euro Cup. With guys like Nainggolan, guys like Lukaku, Mertens.
Well, you said that with World Cup and they didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
but you know what? Now
I don't think Belgium is. I don't think so.
I mean, in
But
my
those
opinion.
guys are going to be older now.
In
So,
my opinion.
all right, listen. We'll wrap up City Hour. We got about 30 minutes left.
But
here.
they did
So,
pretty good in the World Cup. 3rd place for the first time in their history.
City B. You have the standings?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
no, I
go.
don't have the Serie B
Here it
standings.
is.
I have the schedule for them.
Here's
Okay.
Go through the standings real quick. I'm not going to spend much time on
Serie
that.
B, we have Benevento leading the way with 18
Benevento.
points. They were recently in Serie A.
Yeah, they'll be back there if they keep that up.
Crotone, 15. Empoli, 15. Salernitana, we know about them. Ventura,
Yes,
the former
yeah.
body coach.
And Empoli too.
national team. 14 points. Perugia, 14. Chievo, 13. Venezia's got 12. Ascoli, 12. Cittadella, 12. Virtus Entella, 12. Pordenone has got 11. Cremonese, 11. Pisa, 10. Pescara, 10. Cosenza, 7. Spezia, 7. Juve Stabia, 7. Frosinone, 6. Trapani
to
has
them?
got 5. And is there another team
Yeah,
where I got
right,
cut off?
that's it.
Livorno
Livorno,
has
number
got 4 points.
Yeah, they're on the
You know,
bottom.
John, it's
They're
really
gonna
big
see.
this year. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, well, Serie B, was a tight race on top again,
Tight race
like
on
Vito just
top.
mentioned, yeah.
Even the lower standing, Serie B compared
We're
to
gonna
the
go
previous year, I think this year,
Yeah, yeah.
I like what's happening.
So,
Vincenzo, did you did you hear about the coaching move today with Genoa or no?
Which
Well,
one will be the
Genoa's got a new coach. I don't know if you heard today.
they're
Tell
on the
me.
bottom, so.
Diego Motta.
Diego Motta?
Yeah, he's the new coach.
Wow, that guy used to play at, I believe.
I know. I was
for-
telling John, he used to be on the national team.
What team did he play for in Italy?
He used to play for Inter.
Inter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Diego Motta. He was a good midfield, not to the top, Vito. Now, don't get me wrong. Maybe he's
So
a
he
great
may be,
coach.
so he
But,
may be a good coach.
I remember as a player, he was a good player.
He was the under 19 coach for France. I just got some stats on him.
All right, so he's got some experience there.
Well, Johnny, this year, Sampdoria and Genoa,
Yeah.
they're moving like turtles,
Yeah.
That's
they're
true.
step by step.
But I think Sampdoria made the right move with Ranieri. But, like John mentioned, is
Yeah.
it a problem with the coach? Right now, Sampdoria can't seem to put it together. Last year, Quagliarella was the leading goal scorer.
It's so easy to blame the coach
Yeah.
right off the bat, but we have to see, again, there's still plenty of time for these teams to get out of the danger zone on the bottom, too.
Yeah, there's a long
Right,
way.
there's-
There's another
right?
30 games. 30
Right.
games left.
So they got time to get themselves right and move up a little bit, to get
And-
out of that zone.
Vincenzo, I don't know if you heard, but Catania's got a new coach, Cristiano Lucarelli.
Hey, look
Signed.
at another player, I believe was
Yeah,
playing with Lazio.
he used to be a leading scorer in Serie A one year. They signed him until 2021. You know what? There was such big expectations for Catania in Serie C that they want to try to make a run. That's why they probably got him. We'll see what happens.
All right, Vincenzo, switching over to the United States national team, on the men's side, of course. All right?
Not too good.
Did you see the games?
Well, John, I did catch a few highlights here and there, but like Vito was saying, I don't know, nothing to be
No.
very, very proud of.
The sky is falling for the U.S. men's team
Well,
right
here,
now.
you know what? Here you go, because here's all the standings for the Nations League. All right, Vito's going to give us the group
Hey,
standings.
Vito, I'm listening.
The group
Okay.
standings here.
Surprisingly, Canada is ahead of the United States with 9 points.
That's a surprise.
United States has got 3, Cuba's got 0. In the second group, we have Mexico, as expected, leading the way with 6, Panama 3, Bermuda 3. Third group, Honduras with 6, Martinique has got 2, Trinidad and Tobago 2. The last one, Curacao 5 points, Costa Rica 2,
Costa
Haiti
Rica.
2.
And this is the other part of it. You got England on top, too.
Oh, this is the European.
Yep.
This is the qualifying. This is the Euro
Okay,
qualifying.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
all
right,
right.
so,
You want
so
me to
let's,
do the
no,
Euro
let's just
qual-
wrap up on that. Then
Yeah.
So let's
So-
talk about the U.S. men's team. You saw the games, right? Did
I
you-
didn't see against Canada, but I tell you, you give me the
Oh,
updates.
the
They were
Can-
down 2-0.
yeah.
The other game, they whipped Cuba. Cuba
So-
they had no problem with.
Oh, Cuba, come on,
Yeah, I know.
7-0.
I know.
The United States beats Cuba, Vincenzo, 7-0 in the first game. Second game, they played Canada in Toronto, which they didn't even sell out that arena.
Yeah.
They didn't even sell out the fans didn't even show up to support their team there. And the United States lost that game 2-0.
Well, they got a rematch coming up next month
Right, but
in Orlando.
they should have never. The United States, I don't think.
You can't
had-
beat Canada. You can't lose to Canada. That's
Right.
not. In hockey, okay, not in soccer.
So Vincenzo, again, the United States men's team going backwards. Instead of trying to build.
Hey, Vito, let's bring Inzaghi over here.
Yeah, who knows? But you know what they were mentioning they said, John and Vincenzo, the legends passed the torch. Since the first World Cup in 1930, the U.S. men's national team has been led by some of the biggest stars like Donovan, Dempsey, Bradley, and Howard. Howard set the record in the World Cup in 2014 with 15 saves. Altidore, who made his professional debut at age 16, commented on his high hopes for the U.S. up-and-comers. I don't remember seeing that many young guys playing in good clubs in Europe and the MLS and getting minutes with the national team. I think the future is very bright. We'll see, but right now there's a long way to go.
That last part about it being bright, right now, it doesn't look like it.
Now it looks like a cloud.
Right. Right now, it doesn't look, you can't see the light.
John, it's not over yet.
No.
Give the coach
Well, Vincenzo, Berhalter in 2019 is 9 victories, 5 losses, and 2 draws.
Okay, fine.
30 goals.
A lot of those teams are against what? Cuba?
I know. I understand.
So, Vincenzo, listen, I think, again, I have a problem with the United States men's team playing Bradley starting midfielder.
He's my age.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's one of the issues, okay? Why is he starting? And I know they played in his hometown there in Toronto because that's where he plays with. But come on. That's part of the problem with the national team.
So you have to get, John, I know
they feel they have nobody
he said
better at
he's
that
still
position.
playing, but now
Can't play
you go youth. Oh, otherwise, whatever happens.
No, and they've gone through the youth. They have plenty of guys on there that are young first timers, but we don't want to see Bradley anymore.
John, otherwise bring Tony Mayola. Who else do you want to bring back?
Exactly. Bring back Miola and everybody else, Casey Keller, all them
Well, you
guys.
know what? You know what's going to be the big test is when they got to go to the qualifying. This
Okay.
is just a tune-up, but when now
But these games matter. These
they
games
do matter.
count.
They
And you
matter
can't-
for rankings.
And
of
you had
course.
no business. And Canada said it before the game. Their coach said it, that they were going to come out and just beat the U.S. They said it, and they went out and they did it. I mean, come on. You can't lose the kid. No, all due respect. Again, we should have
Well,
won
remember,
that game.
John, Canada, Mexico, they're moving. USA,
Yeah.
because of the next, not the next, but one after that, the World Cup.
Well,
I get it.
Let's
No, I
move
get
now.
it.
You make
It's a
them-
rivalry. It's a rivalry. So listen, so the U.S. can't beat Mexico, and now they can't beat Canada. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, that's
What
a
are we
good
doing?
point.
We're
Well, you
going to
know
lose to both neighbors.
you know what, fellas? When does it stop? If Berhalter continues to lose these games,
He's gotta go.
Is the federation going to say, you know what, we got to go in a different direction?
Yeah, I guess so.
You
But
know?
what are you going to do? You can't fire 30 guys, right?
Well, John, either that or the Major League Soccer has to be
Well, they're not producing. They're not doing.
producing.
Right.
They're not producing. That means where are you going to get the youth?
Well, listen. I don't know if it's just the economies or what it is, but we mentioned again. We'll go back to the World Cup, right? When the U.S. and Italy did not qualify, and we said which team was going to get back the quickest,
Of course, Italy.
and the Italians did it. The
And
Italians did
again,
it.
because in Italy you're talking about Serie A division.
Right.
The quality of players. It's there. It's just a matter of knowing who you're going to select. Over here is an MLS at the same standard level with Serie A.
We'll say it's a Mickey Mouse league. So,
Okay, see,
so,
that's
so,
what I'm saying.
so,
Mickey Mouse, you get Mickey Mouse players.
is it safe to say soccer in this country is pretty much a joke?
You know what?
Can we say, can we say that? I mean,
John.
really, is it laughing stock?
John, Serie C is more competitive than the MLS.
So
Good
Vincenzo,
point, Vito. That was a great observation.
yeah.
Because with the quality, I mentioned
And
before, the
speaking
quality.
of Serie C, Potenza is the team that Bari has to catch. 23 points.
Yeah.
Regina 22. Ternana 22. Monopoli has got 19, one ahead of Bari.
Yeah.
Bari at 18. Vertebese 17. Catanzaro 16. Paganese 15. Catanzaro, that's the team that Bari's playing in 2 days. Vibonese 14. We got Casertara 14, Virtus Francavilla 13, Teramo 12, Cavese 12, Avellino 11, who Bari
Hey,
just
Avellino,
tied.
what happened to Avellino?
They tied them 2-2.
Yeah.
Percino 10, Biscelle 9, Ciola Leonzo 6, Rieti 5, and Rende 2. That's the.
Oh, look, Serie C, look, Bari Vincenzo, I mean, look, they're in the third division there.
Yeah.
So, they're not going to, I don't know, put too much time into them because they win, they lose, they tie, they got to be more consistent. Otherwise, they're going to stay there for another year.
Hopefully
Well,
not.
Johnny,
Hopefully not.
you want to find yourself in the right place and the right time. Right now, where they're located, it's only a couple of points away from the top. Right? It's
Right.
not like over
Yeah,
here
and
in the middle.
again, yeah, it's the same situation. They got plenty more games to
5
play.
points.
So,
Yeah, 5
Johnny,
points out.
I said, as long you're there, sometimes you're waiting for the other team mistakes, and you move up.
Right.
You
So,
need two quick victory.
exactly.
You're leading the standing.
Right, and that's why I don't want to put too much time into them. December, January, when there's nothing going on here with soccer, we got the MLS playoff now. When there's nothing going on, December, January, that's when the focus is on, Serie A, B, and C over there in Italy, and all the other leagues around the world. So, let's finish up with the MLS. Actually, the men's national team. A lot of work they have to do, a lot. And they're going to play Canada, you mentioned again.
Yeah, next month.
Right? And who's to say Canada can't beat them again? Why? Why can't they do it again?
The way they're playing, of course.
All right? So, again, with that team, I mean, from the World Cup to this point, Vincenzo, do you see a difference?
No, I don't see an improvement. at all.
From the disaster that they did in the qualifying round, right? They lose to, was it Panama? They lost to?
Yeah, that's who.
Okay.
Trinidad was a
Trinidad.
game they needed to get win to go on.
All right, from that point to right now, to the present, any different?
No change.
No change, right? Nothing. All right, so stand still, or they're even going backwards.
Exactly.
All right, I was actually laughing that game at 7-0. Says, come on. I mean, they're gonna score all these goals on this team, and then what? Then lay an egg in Toronto.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what, fellas?
Come on.
Their former coach, Jürgen Klinsmann, is looking to get appointed by Ecuador.
Right, we mentioned that on the page. Yep. Yeah, and look, he's a quality guy. We had him here, but it's not. Again, you could blame the coach all you want if you don't have a system. You don't have the players. The coach is not.
It's Uncle Tony. Hopefully, Inter will sign Ibra.
Yeah, well, well, speaking about the MLS now. Okay, so the United States men's team, we all know, we all agree on. A lot of work they need to do.
That's right.
There's a lot of work with that team.
I don't think we need more attention on them.
No, we're gonna.
So
we're gonna
MLS
move on.
playoffs.
Yeah, let's. There was games Saturday.
Yeah,
and
the
Sunday.
Red Bulls got eliminated. I saw. Yeah, they lost 4-3 to Philadelphia.
Now, hold on a second before. Now the Red Bulls are another team. We spoke about Lazio coming back from 3-0, right,
Correct,
to get a point.
Correct.
So the Red Bulls had a 3-1 lead in their game at halftime, I believe it was, and they ended up losing the
And
game
they coughed it up.
4-3
Yeah, they coughed it up.
in a playoff do or die game. And they're a team that's been around. How many? 20 years or
Yeah,
so?
original, yeah,
Right?
original.
20 some odd years with zero championships.
Yep. And the Toronto team beat DC United 5-1.
Okay, now in that game, DC United's Rooney that's his last game. I
Okay.
believe he's out. He's gone from the MLS. He's going to play for another team, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so I mean, we lose another, a guy that sells tickets, maybe,
Yeah.
for Washington. So.
He's going back to England, John, or he's playing with another team?
He's going back to England. Do we have? I don't have the exact.
Remember, he's also my age, John.
Yeah, but again, I know. I think he's going to be playing for like a childhood team or something. The team that he
all
loved
right.
growing up. So yeah, he's gone. He played his last game because DC is out of the playoffs. So
And Atlanta beat the New England Revolution 1-0 to move on.
that was a tough. I didn't see all of it. I saw some highlights. Tough game, Vincenzo. One of those games where guys were going at it each other. Physical game. Physical, right? Well, you don't want to see much of that, but a little bit, but not. You don't want to go over the edge, right? You don't want to go over the edge. I thought I saw the goalkeeper from New England put his hand on one of the players' necks, like going to choke him. So we never want to see that, during the game.
Well, Johnny, now they get you. If the referee don't see you, let's go. Remember one of
To the VAR.
One of Wolf. Let's go to the video.
Well, let's go to the videotape.
Yeah.
Warner Wolf.
Video, the VAR.
Yeah, Warner
and they
Wolf.
catch you.
Warner Wolf.
So don't even, I got to wait. No. It happened this weekend. Somebody elbow, referee, red card.
Vincenzo, it's funny you mentioned the VAR, but I don't think they found that on the video. They didn't go to it.
That's what they mentioned.
Yeah, they didn't, right? No, so they missed it. They missed it even with the video replay.
But you know what? The VAR was effective in the Milan Lecce game.
Yeah.
They saw the the ref missed the one that was in the air, that the Milan player with the handball.
The penalty.
That was
Penalty, yeah,
effective,
good.
and they went to
Well,
the
that's
VAR.
good.
They got it right.
Hey, it's great when they catch it, right? It's not when they don't. So what else we got?
Minnesota loses to the LA Galaxy, so we're gonna have
Okay.
a derby.
Okay.
LAFC versus LA Galaxy. That should be something.
LA with who's their star player? They have a couple of guys there besides
Ibrahimovic.
Zlatan,
Yeah.
and I think he's rumored to be
Zlatan.
leaving.
He's
But you
rumored
know,
to go back to Serie A.
Hey,
LA
Vito, how you spell Imbranovic?
Zlatan.
That's a tough one.
No, no, on the shirt, John. Guess what happened with Imbranovic?
They misspelled it.
Oh yeah.
They misspelled it.
Oh,
Really?
did they?
On his-
Yeah,
on-
and they realized how much of that on TV, a regular game. So wait a minute, this is not my name. Imbranovic, I think they missed the letter here, the M letter.
You know, not just Inter and Milan are in the running for him. There's strong talk that Napoli wants him.
Well, I don't know why you would want a guy that he's really not gonna. Now you're
No,
talking
no.
about Europe. Okay, it's the competition is a lot more than it is over here, a lot more. So I don't know why anyone would even entertain that.
Yeah, it's in the works.
He's here for retirement over here. But if he
Yeah,
leaves,
he's in Los Angeles. Over there, he goes out, they treat him like a movie
You
star.
know what? I
Right.
could see him and say they're super sub.
yeah. Well,
That's what I could see.
if that's what he wants to do, but over here, Vincenzo, he's like the king, and
Yeah.
he loves the
Yeah.
cameras.
Yeah.
He loves talking to the
No, I don't know
cameras.
if you saw it. He's kicking the bottle, and the top comes off.
Right. Yeah, he loves the cameras and the
That was
spotlight.
Yeah.
great, I like that, with them.
Salt Lake City, they beat Portland 2-1.
Was that a last minute goal? I think, for Real.
I didn't check.
Yeah, I believe that was like a last minute goal. That's the toughest way to lose, especially in a game where it's a do or die.
And Seattle just got by Dallas 4-3.
That was a good game with all the goals,
Yeah,
7 goals.
So we got LAFC and LA Galaxy. And
Hold on,
one-
let's go in order. Wednesday night, New York City is playing
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah, New York City FC is going to play Toronto
Now,
the 23rd. Yeah,
now
7 o'clock.
they moved Vincenzo. They played New York City's home fields were Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're playing in Shea Stadium. Now I don't get it. Maybe because they thought the Yankees were going to move on to the World Series, maybe.
Oh, no.
But but anyway, that game Wednesday night, New York versus Toronto. Now I got to look. Obviously, I root for I like New York City FC back from when Pirlo was there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I don't know. This game, to me, we could pick the games right now. I think this is a tough game for New York City. Even though they won the Eastern Conference, they did all that, but that doesn't matter now.
Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't matter now. It's the real season.
Toronto, to me, is they got the two guys there, Altidore and Bradley. Even though Bradley's up there in age, but
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
so I'm going to say it's going to be a really
Sometimes
tough game.
age doesn't matter. Look at Frank Ribéry, what he's doing with Fiorentina.
Let's just say New York maybe squeaks out a 1-goal victory here, maybe like a 2-1 game, something like that. But I'm very worried about this game with Toronto. So
And then on the other side, you got the 23rd, the late game, because it's on the West Coast.
right.
Salt Lake and Seattle. Seattle's number 2, and Salt Lake is the 3 seed.
All right, Seattle. I know about Seattle because I watched them. I don't really know much about Real Salt Lake, but Seattle has a good team. A couple players from the national team play there. Morris is one of them, I believe, and he's a goal
Yeah,
scorer.
Jordan Morris.
Right. So I think I'm going to go with Seattle to win this game. All right. It doesn't mean. I really don't know much about Real Salt Lake, so I'm going to pick Seattle. They're the home team.
Mm-hmm.
So go with the home team. So both home teams on Wednesday night will get the victories. Close games now. Now
Then we got Philadelphia Union versus Atlanta. That's 8 p.m. What is it, Atlanta? The Timbers?
that's the Atlanta
Portland's the
United
Timbers.
FC.
Yeah,
yeah.
Atlanta United.
So,
So that's going to be an 8 p.m. game on the 24th at
so that's going to be
Mercedes-Benz
Thursday.
Stadium.
That's Thursday. So now, United was the team that we just mentioned, right? The rough, they played that rough game with New England.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so and Philadelphia just came back. They just won the game. They beat the Red Bulls in overtime. I'm going to go with Atlanta, the home team again,
Okay.
to win a game, maybe like 3-1 Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay.
And the last game is LAFC versus LA Galaxy. LAFC is number 1.
LAFC versus LA Galaxy, which is actually LA. Zlatan.
the derby, you mean?
Yeah, the derby, which is Zlatan versus LAFC.
Yeah.
So, LAFC is the team, Vincenzo. They ran away with the league this year. They ran away with it. They won the league, I don't know, maybe halfway through the season. Okay?
But you're playing against Ibrahimovic.
Right. But, when you're going against this guy in the MLS, anything, I think this game.
Playoff, anything goes on.
You know what? There's 4 games. This is going to be the upset game. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the LA Galaxy beat.
Sure, with Ibrahimovic, anything's possible.
Right.
That's really something.
This guy, Vincenzo, you got number 1 seed versus, I think they were number 6.
Yeah, he's a machine.
So the magic that he does, and I think maybe if you ask him, he'll probably say he does it in every league that he plays in. But I think the stuff that he's done in this league since he's been here is unbelievable. Scoring goals, especially against this team.
Did you say if Ibrahimovic leaves, he mentioned to reporters, you have nothing to write about?
Yeah. Well, he said to reporters after a game, if I leave, you guys have nothing to write, which is probably true. It's probably true. So anyway, I'm going to pick LA Galaxy to beat the number 1 seed LAFC.
Okay.
And Zlatan to have a big game because he usually does against this team.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and listen, that's what makes the game beautiful when you got the underdog beating the big dog.
Yeah, well,
all right?
Ibrahimovic is the MLS.
So, right, exactly. So that's my upset pick. So we're gonna go. Let's go 2-1 LA Galaxy. Okay, New York City 2-1 over Toronto, and Seattle. Since they like to score a lot of goals, we'll go 3-1 Seattle. Okay, those are my picks for this week's MLS.
What
playoff.
about, we didn't talk about the games that are coming up in the Champions League and Europa League.
Yes.
The 23rd, Salzburg versus Napoli. That's coming up. And then we also got games coming up. Juventus is playing Lokomotiv Moscow.
Locomotive.
Yeah, Lokomotiv Moscow, that's going to be coming up, the Russian team. And then Manchester City has got, Atalanta's got them on the road.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. And then the Europa League, you got Roma's against the German team, Borussia Mönchengladbach, that German team. And Celtic has got Lazio. So the team from Scotland is going to play Lazio. So those are upcoming games.
If Brian could give us a headshot, like the sky view, and zoom in on the table. Hey, we got some stuff that we want to just show off.
The aerial view.
Yeah. So Vincenzo, I think Roma won the first game, right?
Did they?
Right. I
I'll
believe
have
they
to
did.
check that one.
Vincenzo, what's your take on the MLS? I know we mentioned that it was,
Well, Johnny, MLS, if you remember the Cosmos days, you had on Channel 9.
Yeah.
right.
So it's people, Channel 9, everybody. MLS, you need a navigator to find the
Yeah.
TV that broadcast the game. So why not put on Channel 5 or Channel something?
Yeah, free
This way
TV.
you capture the audience. Now, unless you are John or Vito or myself,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not going to attract the
What's a
average fan. The average,
I put the word out tonight for tonight's show. I got the word out.
Yeah. We mentioned the Mola Club.
And we got the new $100 bills, Vincenzo. They just came in. Crisp ones. This is Ronaldo's salary right here.
Yeah. But how many goals does he have? How many goals? Yeah.
But he's up for Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Still up for World Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, going to still be up there for Mohamed Salah. They'll be in the mix.
You know what I think? I think is it only football that plays the games on free TV? Is it only the NFL?
Could be.
Right? Even the Yankees weren't on Channel 5. I think one of their games last week.
That's what I'm saying. You want if you want to get the audience.
Right.
I know today everything is internet, everything else, but I would say I remember we wait all week for Channel 9 when the Cosmos they used to play away.
That's true.
Home you had to go there. I remember 77,000.
Yeah, I couldn't wait. Oh, yeah, you couldn't.
Against the Cosmos.
Yeah.
When they went away, Channel 9.
Yeah.
So you got away game on Channel 9, then the home game you went there in person, and you build up.
Yeah.
Now, so like I said, you need if you don't have a good remote control, you're not gonna find the station where the.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Let's
they
go
don't
over
show.
the goal scorers for Serie A.
All right, let's
Ciro
do that.
Immobile leading the way, 9 goals. Domenico Berardi, 6 goals. Duvan Zapata, the Colombians, got 6. Andrea Bellotti, 5. Luis Muriel, the Colombian, with 5. The Belgian, Romelu Lukaku, at 5. Alejandro Gomez, the Argentine, 4. Alfredo Donnarumma, 4 goals. Cornelius, he's got 4.
Donnarumma.
Cornelius had a hat trick this week against Genoa.
All right, well,
Cornelius, you remember Cornelius from the
yeah.
Ghostbusters?
That's
the genius.
That's not saying much. Right?
Cristiano Ronaldo, 4 goals. Mertens, 4. The Belgian. Dzeko, the Bosnian, with 4. Lautaro Martinez, the Argentine, he's got 4. Marco Mancuso, the Lecce, he's got 4 goals.
What's Caputo guy?
We're getting there.
Hey, Caputo,
Alexander.
Vito, that's your favorite number 1.
Yeah, he's coming. He's
We didn't hear about Caputo all your season.
Alexander Kolarov, 3. Petagna, 3. Christian Colme, 3. Pulgar, 3. Caputo, 3 goals.
3 goals.
Hey,
Jal-
bravo, Caputo.
Jal
Jal
Pedro, 3. The Polish international, Piatek from Milan, 3 goals. Lorenzo Insigne, 3 goals. Juventus, the player Pajnic, 3. The Bosnian. Then we got Ruben Guzins
5
with
minutes,
3.
5
Stefano Sensi with 3 goals. And that's basically your scores. This week, the big game is going to be Saturday, Lecce Juventus. You know, that's Lecce's biggest test
Johnny,
at home.
They're playing home.
That's not a test.
I
come
know.
on.
Vito, when they play home, I don't know.
They're not the
what's
same when
happening.
they're at home. That's
Yeah,
true.
For whatever reason, yeah.
That's
Well, let's hope that's the game. Even with the tie, I'll take it.
No way.
That's a dream. If Lecce ties Juventus,
No,
that's their
forget
scudetto right
That's
there.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's big. So we
All right.
got this week, guys, Atalanta Udinese, Bologna Sampdoria, Fiorentina Lazio, Genoa Brescia.
Fiorentina Lazio, I like that game.
That's a good game.
I
That's
like
a
that
good
one.
game.
Yeah.
Genoa Brescia, Genoa with their new coach. Inter Parma, good game.
Yeah.
Lecce Juventus on Saturday. Roma Milan, interesting game to see
Okay.
what's going to happen.
Yeah,
with
Milan, like I said before, Milan a couple of wins away from everybody shutting them out.
That won't be an easy game.
No.
At Roma
no,
will
no.
not be easy.
No, of course not, but that's why we play the
Yeah.
games.
Spal Napoli, I tell you, Spal loses this game, their
Spal.
coach might be gone.
Forget about Spal. Okay.
They're at home.
They had their...
Johnny, Spal is another unpredictable team. They play it sometimes, and then out of blue sky.
Yeah, but they haven't been good this year.
So
They got
far,
6 points.
right,
They
so
haven't been
far
good.
8 games, not good.
They
but,
haven't been good.
But they got time, like you said.
Torino, Cagliari, there was talk that if Mazzarri doesn't get it together the next 4 games, he might be gone. I read something about that today. Verona,
Torino don't know it. Torino doesn't do that good.
yeah,
yet.
Verona Sassuolo, another good game. Well, not really a good game, but
Nah.
Sassuolo is a good team to watch because of their attack. With Boateng, Berardi, and Caputo, they, you know, it's like the Harlem Globetrotters. They do a lot of magic tricks on the field. So
Caputo.
All right, again,
Caputo, he'll get back on
We're
scoring.
coming
He'll-
down, we're coming
Caputo, you know, he's gonna put some balls in. He wants, to, you know, maybe Mancini will finally wake up and notice him.
I know.
Vito, remember this. Caputo, Mancini
He had his
will
chance last year.
never call Caputo in the night.
Yeah.
I know that's. I don't know
Okay,
why. We'll see.
we got a couple minutes left. I just want to
Okay,
say,
Johnny.
I just want to say, Vincenzo Aspet, you know, if anyone out there has any scores, anything that they want us to mention on the air, email us through the Facebook page, you know, through the show. Call us up. We're live once a month in the studio here. Any last words, Vincenzo?
Well, keep watching Serie A, keep watching the UEFA, keep watching soccer, even Johnny MLS,
Yes.
if you find the channel.
No, I mean, of course. Listen, I watch it anyway. We we may not like the quality sometimes,
Yeah.
but I'll still watch and I'll support, the teams like the New York teams and stuff.
And just believe in the youth. You guys in Staten Island, I
Yeah.
know you have 1,000 youth players there.
Yep.
So make sure those youth, they are well coached, well under a good umbrella. This way, they will be our future stars.
That's it. Well said, Vincenzo.
Someone, Gianluca Palanca, Forza Mola.
Okay, Vincenzo, again, thank you
Okay.
for calling up, and we'll see you. We'll
Have a
talk
good
to you
night.
soon.
Ciao.
All right?
Ciao,
Ciao.
Vito. Ciao, Johnny. And everybody, keep up with soccer.
That's
Great
it.
job.
Ciao.
Again, to
Ciao.
me, ciao, the famous Vincenzo, even though he doesn't want to take the credit for being famous, but he's famous, and
So-
he's a great coach, too. at
Absolutely.
that.
John,
Yep.
the Serie C schedule for this week, we mentioned Bari Catanzaro. Casertana is playing Monopoli, Catania, Biscelle. Paganese has got I don't know who this team is. Vibonese.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vibonese. Potenza Cavese. Regina's got Pesaro, Rende versus Ciola Lianzo. They're a Sicilian team. Rieti versus Vito.
Well, the
Vito
biggest
Bese.
thing going on right
Avellino.
now, the real football that's going on right now, it's at the Meadowlands,
Yeah.
right? The Patriots and the Jets
Tonight,
are playing
yeah,
right now. I think,
Francovilla,
I think they're
Teramo,
kicking
Rossi.
off any minute.
Yeah, that's and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because last month, John, when we saw you mentioned the jerseys that the Jets had, you said the black jerseys.
Yeah, they had black on. Yeah.
Look at the Italian team. They went to green for the first time, and they said that was criticized.
Well, again, a lot of fans in Italy didn't like the green. You know,
I had the green with
they're
Buffon 10
blue.
years. I had the
Right,
green jersey
so-
10, 20 years ago.
Well, you know, but again, you know what? They won.
Yeah.
Ain't wearing that jersey, so
And
hey,
the
listen.
Jets finally won. They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Finally, they got a win.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap it up. We don't hear the music yet, but it should be coming on momentarily. And another great show, Vito.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for
Oh,
all the
of
work
course,
that you
of
did there,
course.
all that paperwork.
And what about to the rescue? When your car was stuck, I was
Yeah.
there to help you.
Thankful.
Anything I could do as a friend.
Well, don't forget Brian too. He was there too.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So that's a good thing. It's a good thing that you live right down the block from the mechanic. Well, not far from him anyway, right? All right, we'll talk to you guys in about a month's time,
Yeah.
November.
That'll
right?
be closer to
We'll
Thanksgiving.
do a wrap up on MLS. We'll know a champ, but I think they'll have a champion by then.
Yeah, for
by the
sure.
time.
It should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, the season will be over, I believe, early second week of November. I think.
Okay.
I think so.
Next show is gonna probably be right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, then we just do. Then we dig into more all that stuff, whatever's going on the island too. We'll wrap up the season, the fall season. We'll
Okay.
Wrap up.
Very good.
All right. Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you guys soon.
Great show.
All right, Tony.
Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo